I am sorry, everyone. I have a phone ringing. When we're talking about talent, it's something that we all have. Some of us might have talent that's different than the person we're sitting next to, maybe the person we're married to, or maybe our best friend. Our talents are all different, but within us there is maximum talent for us to utilize and share with other people. You can gain more in life with your talents, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight. The book is Talent is Never Enough, and there's a lot of principles in here that we're going to be talking about. Actually, 5 of the principles we're going to be talking about tonight, 5 of the areas to strengthen your talent. Those are things that we're going to hone in on. There's a lot more within this. I'm going to basically give you a crash course within 5 elements of where your talents are, or things that possess, or things that control your talents, so that you get the maximum potential out of them. And it relates to anything in business. For those of us that are building our LifeShare businesses, these are things that can relate to bringing us more success. Maybe most of us probably have a second job or our main career, and LifeShare is something that we're trying to develop and build some residual income in our careers right now. Regardless of whatever industry it's in, you have talents that you bring to that you can maximize it and work on the talents inside you to maximize what you put out in your career, in your life, and all of those. And so we're going to focus on those things tonight. The first one is belief. Now, you all have talent. We have talent, right? But what most people lack is the trust in themselves. When we don't trust ourselves, it becomes a limitation. This is the main limitation. If we say to ourselves, I don't trust myself doing this, I don't think I can do this, if I don't believe in what I am or what I do, I lose everything that I have going forward. It becomes a limitation that I cannot develop and build upon. See, potential it equals what you can become. You think about an athlete. The NBA draft is coming up, and it's tomorrow night. I keep getting all these news feeds about it, and you think about it, and the Cleveland Cavaliers, I mean, what a story. LeBron James leaves them. They go to the Miami Heat. We all know the story. The Cavaliers were the worst team in the NBA. And the owner of the Cavaliers had 2 lottery picks. He sends his son, which is the good luck charm. He picks number 1 and number 4. Basically is what happens when they do the balls like a lottery or whatever that is. And so they're sitting there with 2 of the top 5 picks. Any single person that they choose, what are they looking at? They're not looking at saying this person is going to score 100 points a game. They're looking at potential. What is the potential of the person that we choose to do business with? What is the potential that we have that we see us going towards? Not one person in that NBA draft has proven themselves as a pro. Some of them might have been really good at college, but they're not going up against college players. They're going to be going up against the best players in the world. Same thing goes with football or anything that we do. What we have to do is make a decision and say we have to believe in ourselves because the potential that we have is great. It is the picture that you can become. We all have different talents, but we have to believe in ourselves to unleash those talents, to unleash that power. A couple of things that we can do as we look beyond, because you have to look forward. Create your own mission statement, and then believe in it. Create a mission statement that you live by, and then live what you believe. You have to buy into yourself. And think about this. If we're talking about building your business here at LifeShare, or if you're a salesperson, or if you are trying to get a new job, or whatever that is, you have to buy into yourself before anyone can buy into you. If you don't believe who you are and the values of who you are, if you don't believe in what you do and what you say and how you act, if you don't believe in those things, you're not buying into yourself. And when you don't buy into yourself, people are not going to buy into you either. We have a number of, actually all of our associates are great here. We have some people that have gone way above and beyond. Nikki Ronaldo out of Southern California. Nikki sponsored over 60 people into LifeShare. She believes in herself. She'll get up in front of a room and say, people are just, whether you do or you don't. You either want to do this or you don't want to do this. And she believes in herself enough that she can make that statement because she knows that what she is doing is right for her. And when people believe that what you are doing is right for you and you have this strong belief in it, people will gravitate towards that. You get to determine, and this is a big one, everyone. You get to determine how you bring values to other people. How do you bring value to someone else? Do you focus on what you may get out of that other person? Do you pick up the phone and call a friend just to say hi because they might be able to do something good for you? We all have those friends. You know what I'm talking about. Those people that they only call when they need something, right? You don't want to be that person. But we know who we're talking about. They're still our friends. We love them for who they are, but it drives us nuts because the only time they call us is because they need something. Well, what we're talking about here is we're talking about completely eliminating that in us as a person. We believe in ourselves so that we determine where or how we bring value to other people. And then you have to determine your expectations. That's done through belief. What can I do? What do I believe that I can do? And as you determine those expectations, as you believe in what you can do, what can I accomplish, that's going to put you into action. Live what you believe. You set your own standards and just stick to them. Stick to them, and so that you're able to continue that belief that you have inside yourself. Number 2 is passion. Passion is something that I absolutely love. Passion leads to enthusiasm, and anyone that's been around me, I am very enthusiastic. When I get on something, I absolutely love to be enthusiastic about it, to be passionate about it. This business is a passion of mine, which is why we've started it. Talent doesn't make you achieve, but passion does. It's more important than a plan, because you can develop a plan and the plan can just work, but if you're not passionate about it, it's just going to get you by. It might not get you by, but it could just get you by. But when you add passion into it, it becomes the fuel for your drive. In order to go somewhere, we have to have fuel for that, and that's what passion is. It allows you to get back up when you fail. I've failed in my life. Every single person on this webinar, you have failed at something in your life, but because of the things that you're passionate about, you got back up, dusted yourself off. And you might say, oh, professionally, I've got this. I've done great. Okay, maybe that is you. Maybe you are perfect. But when you were a kid, or anything that you've done kind of growing up or getting more involved in your career, maybe you had a relationship that didn't work out. Passion allowed you to give up, dust yourself off, and try it again. Passionate people make success the only option. Other people may want you to fail. You have to come to reality with that there's others out there that don't want to see you do well. But passion keeps you going. You see, when you have passion, you keep going regardless of how hard it may be, how hard the road may become, how hard you know it's going to be ahead of you. I knew that when we started LifeShare, it would not be an easy road. But because I'm passionate about what we're doing, every day I get up and say, I love this business. I love what we're here to do. And that is in you for whatever you want to do, whatever you want to become. As long as you're passionate about it, you will make it. You will make it in whatever goal you choose out there. Now, we've got some steps involved in that we're going to talk about, but having a passion in you is the first step to achievement. And then once you're passionate about it, you're going to have the willingness to take that step. Passion brings you energy. It's going to make you more energetic. It's going to make you enthusiastic. It leads to people becoming contagious to you. The more passion you have about something, the more contagious you are to the people that are around you. So protect that passion. Protect that enthusiasm. Don't let anyone steal it from you. Your talents, they become greater when they're driven by passion. They become greater when it's built on belief in yourself. And number 3 is initiative. Because we've got belief. We believe in ourselves. We're passionate about what we're doing. Now it's time to take initiative. You can't wait for it to be perfect. You can't wait for everything all the stars to align and have everything ready to go, because there's always going to be something that you miss. You can look at something, and I'm not saying go off and not have a plan. I'm saying that it doesn't have to be perfect. There are some things that you can adapt to along the way. You have to take the first step. You have to step first. Things get easier once you get started. You know, the hardest thing in a relationship, the hardest thing in a business, the hardest thing in determining I want to be an athlete, or I want to be the perfect husband or the perfect wife, or any of those things. You have to get started for you to make that decision and allow it to get easier. Once you make that step, once you get it started, it becomes easier. It's easier for a train to speed up once it's already moving, but it's really hard to get it moving from a dead stop. Same thing goes with the momentum, right? If we talk about momentum with this, as we build momentum, let's go back to a train. It's hard to slow down and bring to a stop. Now, you can slow it down over a period of time, but it just doesn't stop directly. There's momentum going over there. The faster you have things going, the more things you have behind it driving momentum, the harder it is to knock it down and stop it. So taking the first step is your first step in building momentum. Initiative starts it all off. It takes you anywhere that you want to go. Initiative also eliminates fear. You see, that first step is scary. That first step is absolutely scary. And all of us have probably done something in our life that we were afraid of. There might be something today that we're not doing because we're still afraid of it. Well, fear is going to be a barrier for anything you want to do, and initiative will help eliminate that fear. Lacking initiative is more damaging than failing. I'd rather fail 100 times than not trying it and never having the opportunity. And there's been times in my career, and I keep going back to me, everyone, just because you know, I don't want to point out anyone on the webinar, and I don't know your circumstance. I'm kind of coming from you, speaking from the heart here, saying there are things that I have failed at, and there are things that I have been successful at. But once you fall on your face once you fall on your face twice, 3 times, 4 times, if you don't get back up, if you don't take the initiative to do it again and be better at it and learn from what you've done, if you are afraid to take that step, it won't happen. Initiative will overcome that fear. Your dreams will be on hold if you don't take initiative. If you don't initiate that first step, you risk the chance of losing those dreams altogether. Focus on the benefits of completing the task, not how hard it is. Look beyond the doubt and the fear that you have in this, whatever that is. Don't make a goal so large that you never take action. Break them down. If we want to learn how to run a marathon, we're not going to go out and try and run 30 miles on the first day. I am not in shape by any way, shape, or form, so I can attest to, if I wanted to run a marathon, I can guarantee you I am going to start with running down the street and back every day for a week. And then I'm going to try another street and back every day for a week. And you have to build up that tolerance. If my task is I want to become a marathon runner, I am going to break off sections. The overall achievement is to run the marathon. But I have to break down my goals and say, I am going to make it a half a mile today. I am going to make it a mile tomorrow. I'm going to make it a mile and a half next week. And if I continue to build upon those, and once I do one thing and become successful at it, I can try again. I can try the next phase. I can continue to build upon it and get better and better and better as I go. You want to prepare, and preparation is great, but you can prepare all you want, and if you don't do, it leads to nothing. You have to take the initiative and go forward with your first step. After that comes focus. Focus is something that I have, I'm going to tell you right now, I have really come in grasp with the last 2 years. When we started this business, there was a lot of things to get done, and it felt like, okay, we're working on this, we're working on that, and I didn't feel like I was getting enough done. And once I learned more about focus and directing certain things to a certain area, I noticed a huge change in my life. Don't do everything at once. Talent with focus directs you. Without any focus, you're going to have movement, but it won't take you anywhere. Guys, I know exactly how that feels. It's not natural for me even to focus on this one thing. I love thinking outside the box. I love saying, well, this can do this, and this will lead to this. But you have to stop yourself. I had to make that unnatural step for me and make it work. I had to take a lot of work and put it in there. And now that I have that focus when it comes to a specific task with this business or something I want to achieve, it is so much more directed with my results. When I have focus, it drives everything around me to do better. It increases your energy, and that happened big in my life. When focused, you don't exhaust your resources. You see, if we're managing a project and we're focused on it, we have it laid out to how it needs to go, I can give certain aspects of that project off to the people that I need to take care of those certain items. You see, we don't just throw a programming idea on Capri, our CTO. We nail it down, we focus on it, we think through it and bring it back, and we give him a document that says, here's what we want to do. He reviews it, and he gives us his feedback, but it's so much further. I can't just go to him and say, Capri, here's my idea. Make it happen. It doesn't work like that. And in your jobs and everything else, when people say, yeah, just make it happen, that's great, but if you don't have the right talent around you to do that, your talent of having the idea means nothing. So for those of us that don't have a full team of people around us to take care of those things, we have to focus on what we're good at. You don't want to exhaust your resources. That's within you. Maybe you're in management or you're another business owner. You don't want to exhaust your employees. You don't want to exhaust your friends. You don't want to exhaust the people around you because you are going off these million ways. And I have been like that, and I've had to learn how to be better at focus. And over the last 2 years, I've got to say I've gotten pretty good at it. I'm proud of myself. And you can do it too. You want to make sure that you bring focus to this, because when you do that, it helps things get done. You have to sustain it, though, and make every action count. We all are busy in so many different things that we do. So with life today, whether you have kids, you can be a stay-at-home mom. We don't even need to talk business here. Stay-at-home moms have a very, very hard job. I could not imagine being at home with my kids. I love them to death, but I think they are crazy, and that's probably a lot of my fault. But you know, you have to make an action count. If you are have all these kids that have to go to different locations for soccer and dance and all those things, if you're not focused on track, you don't know where you're going to end up. You could be late for soccer, late for dance, early for soccer, you miss dance, whatever that is. You have to be focused. And so I'm trying to put it out there so that you understand that we have to make actions count. When we make those actions count, we get results. Don't let what happened to you yesterday control your today. That means that if there was something that I got done yesterday, I am on to the next task. That means that if something held me back yesterday, I don't bring it into today. If yesterday just sucked, I let yesterday suck and I move on to today and have a good day today. You have to let today, you have to get your focus on the task at hand, whatever that may be, and make it happen one day at a time. Don't go back to yesterday. Focus on what needs to be done, and you get it done. And there's a lot of that, everyone, behind the scenes here at this company with all the technology and things like that we build. I want to give you an idea here. If you're fishing in a pond, okay, with 1,000 fish, okay, and we're talking a small pond, so there are a ton of fish in this pond, and you can't catch one. You've got a pond with 1,000 fish. You can't catch one. You keep moving your bait from fish to fish, hoping for it to bite all over the pond. But if you sit in a spot and you direct your attention to one task of catching a fish, you're going to be able to reel it in. You're going to be able to sit there, focus on, okay, I'm going to catch a fish in this spot, and this pond is loaded with them. But because you're moving it all over the place, nothing's biting. But when you stop, focus on, I am going to catch something in this spot. I'm not going to move it. I'm going to get it done here. You'll catch one. That's exactly what we're talking about. You got to develop and follow those priorities. Focus on strengths, not weaknesses. If you're not good at something, get help. Get help and do what you're good at. There are things in this business that I am not good at, but we've got the right people around us. So where I might lack, I make sure I have somebody that's good at that so that my talents are maximized. Same thing goes for you. And it might not be, you might not have a staff of people you work with. We could be talking about you in general here. Focus on what you're good at. And what you're good at, you become passionate about. They all kind of come together here. And there's a lot more that goes into all of this, but we're just talking about 5 brief ones. This is a power session for you. And then preparation. It puts you in position. It gets you ready, allows you to engage your talent. It happens prior to opportunity. Opportunities don't arrive. They don't just fall on your doorstep. You have to prepare yourself in some way, shape, or form, because preparation happens prior to an opportunity leading to you. We take the right use of today. It leads to the preparation of tomorrow. Preparation leads to action, and action brings you results. You see, when you take action on things, you're able to measure results. And when you're measuring results, you have the ability to determine success. Now, there's other things that lead beyond this. Practice. You've got practice. You've got, let me flip to my notes here. I'm sorry. You've got practice. You have perseverance. You know, don't quit. Don't give up. I was at I once did a seminar. I was a speaker at a seminar. This was geez, back in 2006 or 7. And it was a seminar here in town. And I had some notes. I had hired some speakers over the years. And the person that spoke before me simply took everything, and he didn't take it from me. I was using it from some of the trainings that I had from some of the authors I had speak at conventions and stuff like that. And it was a pretty general speaking. And I kid you guys not, the person that spoke before me took so much of my material, it completely ruined the PowerPoint and everything I had prepared. From the quotes by different authors. I mean, line for line, there were things in there that person had said. And I sat there and said, I'm in trouble. I'm going to look like an idiot. And we had to rewrite it. And simply I did it without a PowerPoint or anything. We simply talked about leadership and what it means to lead. And there were a lot of these principles that were in what I did right there. But you see, you have to continue with what you're dealt. I mean, you're not always going to get a full house or a great deal of cards. You're going to have times that you have to manage what's in front of you. So perseverance, practice, courage. These are things that we haven't gone over tonight. Teachability. You've got to be teachable. The last 2 years, if I wasn't teachable, we wouldn't be anywhere with this business. Character, relationships, responsibility, teamwork, multiplying your talent. There's a lot more than the 5 we just went over. But all of us on this call are business owners in some way, shape, or form. We're partners together if we're working the LifeShare business. If you're just joining us just to kind of listen into this webinar, there's aspects in your life that these 5 things can greatly enhance whatever you're doing today. And that's why we did this tonight, is so that as you go into tomorrow, you're going to go to sleep tonight and go into tomorrow, you've got a direction that's a little bit easier to follow. It makes more sense to follow. It might not be easier. There are things that are hard. There are risks that you're going to have to take. There are things that are going to be there that you don't want to do. But as you do them, they get easier. As you do them, you gain more experience. Maybe you want that promotion at work, and you haven't figured out how to do it. There's action that you can take that will build upon your experience. And when you build upon your experience, you get more value to you as an employee to get that promotion. All of us are at LifeShare. We're working on maybe we just want to have fun with photo cards. Maybe we want to build a residual income with this business. But it starts with taking these 5 key things and putting them into your talent so that you get more out of what you have inside of you. That's what tonight's about. So take what these 5 things can bring you. Take a look at that book, Talent is Never Enough. It's a great read. Some great stories in there, some excellent inspiration things to help you build upon you and maximize the talents that you all have inside each and every one of you. Thanks again, everyone. Have a great evening, and we'll talk to you next week. Good night.